Well, hello there, guys. Agrippa Max Ennis here, coming at you with another Ultimate General Civil War battle. This one is coming as a new battle from the update posted, of course, by Game Lapse, and this is looking really great. We're playing the Battle of Stones River as the Union. Now, I actually don't know a lot about this battle, so maybe you guys could inform me down below. We're leading General Rosecrans to meet General Braxton's army, and Braxton Bragg, and in this case, we're trying to take the town of Murfreesboro. For those of you that don't know, the town of Murfreesboro is very important to the Confederacy, so obviously a victory here by our army would be a major hit to Confederate
so we're
morale.
marching from Nashville on our mission to
goes.
destroy General Bragg's army, all the way from Tennessee here, heading over to see if we can crush him. Now, it looks like the Confederates are going to be defending here. It's going to be a lot of Confederate defense. Securing the small town of Murfreesboro will not only have strong symbolical impact on the Confederates, but will allow us to march further south and gain more territorial control of Tennessee. Of course, Tennessee being a southern state, it's going to be really interesting to see how we can do it. And I'm loving the terrain already. This always looks like kind of the swampy terrain or kind of dry terrain almost. Well, how can it be both swampy and dry? I don't know. To me, it kind of looks like both. It's just kind of a swampy area, maybe some Spanish moss growing on the trees. Bragg is obviously not willing to allow us marching further south into Tennessee soil. He waits for us at the banks of Stones River. A frontal attack would be suicidal. Well, shit, that's not good. We're going to have to go around, I'm thinking. It would be wiser to reinforce our left in advance. If we take the heights west of town, we can flank and push the Confederates south. Our cavalry is patrolling the area, and tomorrow we will know if the ground is suitable for an attack. Well, that lets us know that this battle is probably going to take a little bit longer than just one day. Another viable option is to attack the left. We don't know how many rebels guard the area. Well, we always like to use that forest. I mean, it's been something that we've always done. I might go ahead and go to the forest. Now establishing our headquarters at Nashville Pike. Tomorrow morning, we begin the battle. And here we go. Already looking pretty badass. A whole bunch of troops. General, while our soldiers are having their breakfast, the rebels decided to attack first. Enemy infantry is moving towards our right. Well, heck, boys. We're going to have to somehow fight this infantry off and hopefully beat these rebels. Watch your center because it may be a decoy action and they're planning to attack us here. Well, we'll have to see. Of course, we're only going to know when it occurs. And we can already see here that this is an interesting battle. We don't really have many men. A lot of different guys from, let's see, the 27th. We've got Hescock. We've got boys from Montana. Hootling. A lot of these guys, I don't even know them. McCrook, Hootling, the 21st Michigan. I mean, this is looking pretty great. Okay, here we go, guys. Already the Confederates are advancing. It looks like they've got some sort of artillery. I'm going to be bringing our cavalry over here because I see an opportunity to try to smash the cavalry. Now, Buford is going to try to attack us. We're going to charge him. I saw him just in the nick of time. It may not even be in the nick of time. We're going to try to attack here with Otis as well and see if we can't smash Buford. But we do have a pretty nice position here in the woods. It's just very hard to react on time here in this particular battle. But it definitely looks like they're pushing on this particular flank. So I'm actually going to be bringing our boys Stokes down here and Klein down here. We're going to kind of ignore their cavalry for now. Now, Otis is firing on Buford. Looks like Buford might finally rout, but we've also had Zom rout, so that's not good. I'm obviously going to open fire here on Wharton. Looks like definitely a cavalry battle initially, but look at that. A lot of rebels. I'm going to get this cavalry right here, and it looks like they're going to try to charge. Holy crap, that is an aggressive move by the rebels. So I'm actually going to move one of our units here. Now, they were suggesting this might be a fake attack. I don't think so. I think this is a pretty real attack, and that the rebels are right now taking quite a bit of advantage of our boys. So let's fire on the 14th Texas, if we can get a shot off on them without hurting our own men. Oh, there we go. We've routed them. 2 major volleys, and of course they're going to run. But look at that. We've got boys moving over from the Michigan brigades. Or excuse me, that can't be Michigan. Mississippi. What's wrong with you, Agrippa? You should know this. You're fighting with the rebels, for God's sake. At least you are in your campaign. So here we go. We've got them now kind of trapped. And I'm going to see if we can use our cavalry to sort of damage them a little bit. I'm also going to grab Zom and Otis and bring them back to the center. We definitely have to worry about that flanking shot coming from the enemy. But right now we're focused on just this frontal assault. And the amount of madness that they're causing here is just devastating. There's really no other way to put it. Look at that. Brigadier General August Wilch is killed and Captain Henry Hescock is killed. We're already losing men. We've got a few skirmishers over here, but I'm actually thinking that I want to take Scherer and maybe a few other guys and bring them down to the battle as soon as possible. I'm actually going to take the 74th and bring them down here too because we are getting routed right now. Let's go ahead and charge in with our cavalry. Bring Zom in here. Sabers against bayonets. I think we can put a lot of damage here on the enemy. I'm also going to attack with Klein. So this is kind of a major cavalry charge from all directions to see if we can't trap the enemy here. But look at that. Good God, that's unbelievable, the amount of men they have. And I'm really thinking we're going to have to go ahead and start focusing our attention elsewhere. I'll move the 77th. Really want to get a flanking shot here. And in fact, I might try to get one with these guys, the 34th, led by... Who is that? Looks like Sherman, for God's sake. I can't even see. There we go. The 11th Tennessee Brigade. We're going to try to smash them. But look at this. I mean, you know, usually we're pretty prepared for this. But in this battle, they have absolutely taken us by surprise. And now we're the ones out of cover, more or less. Does look like we managed to move some of their infantry back. Well, not really. Let's be honest. Let's move the 93rd Ohio over here. I want to bring McCook over here to help our boys, and I'm sure that these men right here, the Pennsylvania boys, can hopefully knock out the Tennessee. I mean, they are brave as hell. There's no doubt about that. They're definitely brave. They're standing right in front of just a massive amount of muskets, or rifle muskets. Look at how many men they just lost. Nonetheless, they're continuing forward, and I'm starting to think that our damn advisors should be shot. They told us that maybe this was some sort of decoy attack. I don't think it's a decoy attack. Sure as hell doesn't look like any decoy attack I've seen. So we're going to pull some more of our cavalry back. Some of our boys are returning to the fight over here, but if we don't keep McCook there, keep wanting to say McClintock, watching too many cowboy movies, then, you know, obviously we're not going to be able to hold this area. So I'm going to try to fire. It's a shame we don't have some skirmishers, and it looks like Otis over here kind of forgot about him, and unfortunately he has suffered a pretty awful fate. Now I'm going to grab Zom, and the only reason I'm doing this is I want to see if Zom can smash into the enemy skirmishers. Although now that I see Wheaton approaching, I might go ahead and try to hit Wheaton first. Alright, let's charge those skirmishers. Come on, Pennsylvania and Minty, get back over here. With a name like that, you can't lose. You'll be shamed for the rest of your life. Old Minty always losing battles. It's just not fair. And damn, the rebels are definitely not happy about our move into the south at all. And they're letting us know that they do not accept it. They've secured that first point of contact. Now, apparently we have a unit over here. Probably some cavalry. Yep, it's Stokes. So I'm going to bring Stokes up, and I'm going to see if I can grab that supply wagon. That would be pretty awesome. At the very least, it's going to force them to react. Let's go ahead and get the Pennsylvania boys. I really want to get into the woods, because without those woods, you guys can tell this is a death trap. There's a lot of rebels here. Come on, boys. And I'd love to go ahead and charge those rebels, but I'm not sure how we do in a charge against these rebels. And actually, it looks like they're more apt to charge us than the other way around. So I'm going to take share and assist our boys here. Come on, boys. Get those sabers out. And there we go. It definitely looks like they're going to pull back. The 10th Texas Brigade. I know you Texas boys think you're the best, but you can't win them all. You can't win them all. Alright, supplies are surrendered. Did we grab them? Did we grab them? Oh, shit. They might be our supplies. I'm not sure. No? Well, maybe not. Okay, well, those are the enemy supplies. I'm going to go ahead and charge the enemy artillery. I mean, since I'm close, since I'm already here, I might as well. Looks like we sent one of the enemies reeling. That's good, but I got to keep moving forward. And if I can hit those Georgia boys, I will. But I think they're going to send their cavalry to stop us from slaughtering these artillerymen here. Alright, here we go. Fire on the Georgia boys. A lot of men here. A lot of men. Where's our general? Oh shit, don't tell me he's down. No, he's alright. These boys are still fighting the wood. I'm gonna bring McClintock over here. McClintock over here, excuse me. We must withdraw! Goodness me. Well, now we're pulling back. And the battle just got a whole lot more interesting, that's for sure. Bragg has the guts to attack us ferociously on our right. There is no point in defending this position anymore. It's advised to rally your forces in the hill near Wilkinson Road and hold as much as you can. Okay, well, I wish I knew where Wilkinson Road was. But clearly they're saying, so now this is a victory point, so that might be Wilkinson Road. And I'm guessing they're saying we can retreat from the center. Yes, that's what they mean. Because there's just too many rebels here. I want McCook to get the hell out of here. We're going to try to get the rest of our boys out of here, too. As you can see, we are getting smashed. There's no other way to put it. So we're going to start moving all our boys up to Wilkinson Road up here. Of course, we'll try to respond to some of these skirmishers. And I'm going to take 4 men to go ahead and charge over here. Try to get this guy in the woods. But that's definitely our main defensive point at this point. Main defensive area. Let's see if we can get behind Hardy and take him out. Taking out one of these rebel generals would be very helpful. Then again, also smashing into the flanks of this Arizona brigade. Is that Arizona? I can't see. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it is. No, Arkansas. Here we go. Oh, yeah. Oh, there we go, boys. I don't even know if Arizona was a state at this point. Keep on moving. All right, nice. Our boys managed to flank them over here, but I'm definitely not following suggestions because, you know, suggests that we should be moving right now to defend this position over here near the road. So I'm going to take these guys, well, at least some of them, and start moving up there. But some of these boys are going to stay in battle. I mean, I'm not just going to rush to defend that area when we could do a good job killing a bunch of rebels here, especially since we've got the uphill advantage in places like this. I mean, this just looks like a perfect place to fire. Look at that shell shot. I'm even going to move that cannon up a little bit, and I think that we could pretty much hold this area, at least temporarily. However, as has been suggested, it's really about the victory points. That's definitely true, so we might want to focus on that. See if we can bring in some of our boys. And there we go. Beautiful. All right. Good, good, good. So with these two guys, they're going to keep moving up there as well. Look at that. Look how many damn rebels. What is that? What the fuck is that? Channeling Gunnery Sergeant Hartman here. Move Stanley behind the boys. And they're definitely trying to make it up this hill. I'm hoping that the firepower we have here can pretty much overwhelm them. And, you know, damaging them down here might help us up to the north. Who knows? See if we're going to get Penny to fire. Boom! We got some more supplies surrendered. And I think that's going to be our supplies. So maybe it is. I'm not so sure. Alright. 93rd Ohio, you're going to move up as well. Again, we're really trying to follow the suggestions given. And we're going to try to move up there immediately. But some of these guys are going to have to fire out in the open. Try to get some flanking shots on the enemy. And in fact, this farm might be pretty useful. It definitely looks like they're ready for a fight. I mean, these rebels are vicious. I have never seen the enemy so determined, and we're definitely facing a very, very aggressive Confederate force here. All right, come on, boys. Playing as the Union for a little bit so all the SJWs don't lose their fucking minds. I'm sure many of you know exactly what occurred with just so much hate mail. And no, I'm not doing this for them at all. I really did want to play this battle. I just think it's hilarious that people get upset over a game. And I'm so glad that you guys, you know, the subscribers that actually watch this channel regularly, you know, were supportive and understand that it's just a bunch of nonsense. But it's just amazing, the level of just babies that exist these days. And, you know, this is my generation. I mean, I hate it. I absolutely detest it. It's just, if you're going to look for a reason to get offended, look for a damn good reason. You know, there are good reasons to get offended. And there are stupid reasons to get offended. We're going to go ahead and move up here before the enemy overruns this area, because then it's going to become like that hornet's nest that we created in our last battle against the Federals when we were playing our Confederate campaign. So here we go. I'm going to bring in the cavalry. Hail the cavalry! Hail the cavalry! Hail the cavalry! Dun 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 dun! Hail the cavalry! Dun 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 dun! Not sure if that's a Union or a Confederate song. I'm really not, but I remember that song. I believe it's a Confederate cavalry song in this case. So there we go. Rear flanked. We still got rebels here, but I'm not really seeing any numbers. So we just have to hope that our boys know what they're doing. Alright, hold Wilkinson Turnpike Hill. You don't need to tell me twice, son. We're not going to be able to save all our brigades. There's just no way. There's too much happening. But we're going to try to grab as many as possible. Keep moving forward. keep moving to the north in this case, and try to hold that location. Let's see how it's going over here on the hill. It's looking like the enemy's just absolutely overwhelming us. Still got Egerton here, but he is going to be overrun very, very soon. And yep, might as well start moving everybody to the north, especially at this point. We're definitely abandoning this area. Let's get McCook to head up there as well. Oh my goodness, we've already got some routes. Yeah, we're going to have to have some boys stay here, because if not, they're just going to keep flanking us. Look at that. Look at that flanking fire. I mean, that is deadly. I'm going to try to fire at Buford. But they are getting some very good hits on us right now. Definitely see if we can damage the enemy cavalry. Captain Oscar Penny's wounded, and Brigadier General James Nagley is killed. We're losing so many of our Brigadier Generals. This might be one of the few losses we get. I mean, you know, we've had a few, but most of the time, Ola Greppi here manages to win. And I know you guys know that. So, I don't like losses. I mean, who does? Let's charge down, and I want to start getting some shots here on these skirmishers. Last thing I need is freaking snipers firing at my men, especially when they're already losing so much heart in this battle. But here we go. We got some boys moving in. We're going to have to attack the 33rd Tennessee, and obviously we're not in cover, which is going to make our job a whole lot harder. But sometimes you just don't have the option of fighting where you want to fight. Sometimes you just have to go ahead and accept your situation and make the best of it. Alright, let's take these boys. And we're going to take Minty, bring him down here. Maybe he can help over here in this wooded area. I just want McCook to get away. And I'm going to sort of set up like just a circular formation. And we might need to start firing already, or they're going to capture us. Get the skirmishers to fire. And we'll get the 22nd to fire as well. In fact, I wouldn't mind bringing Walker over here. Walker's got a lot of men in that brigade. Just getting on the edge of this hill, because that looks like a pretty good place to defend. But unfortunately, we sort of had to start our fight early. Get McCook back here. Fire at their flanks. Wow. Getting those flanking shots is just devastating to the enemy. Unfortunately, they did capture our supply wagon. I'm hoping we can take it back here. We should be able to take it back. There we go. We got it. We got it. Don't worry. And we're actually going to charge that skirmisher unit. Primarily because I don't want him overrunning us. Downhill charge here by our men. Where's Minty? Where the hell are you, Minty? Oh, shit. Minty, get your ass over here. Get Buford. Let's get a nice shot on that cavalry, boys. Good shooting. I'm actually just going to keep them here firing. I'm not going to try to get into close combat with them. But it does look like our 2nd, 5th Division here, Montana Division, is trying to charge and take out a bunch of rebels. God bless them for it, because they are really the only ones willing to stand up for the fight. The rest of these guys are pretty much giving up. Alright, we're going to charge here on the 24th. And we're going to charge them with these men as well. And the Ohio boys. Come on, let's go. Show these rebels they're not the only ones that can carry out a successful charge, for God's sake. Alright, everybody's moving north. Some of these guys are going to have to be the sacrificial lamb. In this case, it's going to have to be these boys. They've already lost their commander. So I'm hoping they can do a good job. I'm going to try to get in the woods, but no, there's not going to be enough time for that. Now, here we go, the melee fight. Minty's not going through with this. You son of a bitch, Minty. I always knew you were a rebel sympathizer. Alright, get our boys in the woods. Come on, come on. We don't need them getting our supplies. It does look like they're really trying to grab those supplies. Let's bring Nichols over here. Remember, we got to hold this point. That is really what's important. The fact that they're trying to take our supplies, yeah, that sucks, but we can get over that. Let's go ahead and try to kill a few more of these guys. I know they're going to be back, so I'd rather get a volley on them. There we go. Good shooting. Good shooting. They can be buried in Tennessee. Now, this is the problem. Now our supplies are sort of trapped. I'm going to charge with Nichols. But this is definitely one of the more confusing battles that we've had to face yet. I'm going to see if we can't fire on this guy right here while still moving the rest of our boys up north. And we are getting a lot of brigades there, and that's awesome, because if we can hold this area, well, I believe we might win. Isn't that the way it's supposed to work? We'll have to see, guys. Oh, it's Up the Cavalry. That's the name of the song. Up the Cavalry, up the cavalry, up the cavalry. Pretty sure it's Confederate. Really awesome song. God, if we didn't get copyright strikes, I would play songs on every video, at least temporarily. You know, throw in a few lines, a few chords. That would just be awesome. But I fear that the forces of the music industry seek to dissuade us from this path. Here we go. Nice shots on the 9th Texas. These guys are not kidding around either. But if we can get some nice conical shots, well, not conical, circular shots, really, on this unit, maybe we can make them fall back. Keep firing. Braxton Bragg must have given these guys a really good speech before the battle, because they have just given everything, really everything, to try and push us back, and it's pretty much succeeded. Now here we go. We got these boys. Try to move them up. A lot more over here that have been caught behind the lines, some cavalry units. So we're going to bring them to the battle, and I hope that they can still be fairly helpful. I don't know how the hell these guys got behind the enemy. I think they probably just pushed through, but there we go. Look at that. So we are managing to push the Texas boys back, or the Tennessee boys. Wait a minute. 47th Tennessee, 9th Texas. Is that, wow, so that's actually a combination of brigades, which is really neat. And Tennessee and Texas boys fighting together against the Federals. In this case, we are the Federals, and we seek to send them right to their graves. In the name of Abraham Lincoln, we'll do what has to be done. Put some of these guys kind of here on the edge of the area here, and at least we save these 2 supplies, so they're going to be useful later. I'm thinking I might also make a defensive line over here in these woods, just in case we need to defend this area too. Come on, boys. You're doing a lot for the rest of the army. Your sacrifice will not be forgotten. Unfortunately, your sacrifice probably will, because you guys are going to get captured. You know, there's nothing I can do about it. I've done all I can, and I can't help you. And we could send reinforcements, but I don't know. I don't like this open ground. I don't think you guys like it either. They definitely are going to start getting some flanking shots, so I'm going to turn my attention over here. Now, I am going to try to get Minty to carry out a flanking charge. Actually, we don't need to. There we go. Those Tennessee boys and Texas boys are running. Actually, these are just Tennessee boys right here. They are definitely running, and I'm thinking falling back to that wooded position is what we want to do. But we're not going to do it if it's not safe. We're not going to do it if it's going to cost us a bunch of men. So I'm going to do it pretty slowly. Right now we're dealing with another brigade. Look at that. That unit just ran off. They're not even going to come back to the battle. They completely routed. And we're going to do the same here with the 51st. I'm going to have them run just for this one part of the battle. I don't want to mess up our cavalry either. So let's send our cavalry up here as well. We've even got some infantry left over. But this is really the point where we're able to hold pretty well, at least right now. You know, it begs to be seen whether or not they're going to try to keep pushing up here in the north. One thing's for sure, they've definitely pushed us out of the south, and in more ways than one. Minty, get your ass back there. What's wrong with you? Alright, here we go. Now they're approaching the woods, where I was thinking this is probably a much better area to hold. I might be wrong. I don't think we have hardly any artillery, unless we're counting the artillery up there on the hill. But besides that, no, we're out of arty. Now we've got some damn cavalry The hell are you doing? Shoot at them, boys. Ohio boys hit Buford. Good shooting. Now, of course, they're going to switch their attention over here. Look at that. I mean, the rebels were doing an amazing job at basically cutting us off during this battle. A really, really amazing job. We might need to even set up our defensive line again. Maybe bring Scribner over here. This is sort of reserve unit. I'll imagine that's not the first reserve unit or the only reserve unit we make today, but I'm going to try to fire on Polk. Getting rid of one of their generals is going to greatly reduce their morale, and considering we've already lost 2, could definitely make do with killing one of these rebel generals. Look at how many rebels. Boy, I don't know what General Rosecrans was thinking, and I sure hope he lost this battle because it's not looking like I'm going to win it. I mean, there's, we've pulled miracles out of this game, we really have, but this is going to be a tough one, guys. I'm not going to lie. Get that, a lot of enemy artillery. No, we got to get this guy back. I'll even have him run because he's basically just sore thumb right now. But we could use some more support over here. We can't get much, but whatever we can get, we should probably use it. Try to kill as many of these rebels as possible. Looks like they're trying to outflank us. But if we stay on top of that hill, I think we've got a good chance. Well, not a good chance, but a chance. At least a chance at making it out of here alive. Get all our cavalry together here. Look at how many men they've got. I'm going to bring Stanley over here. And I'm even going to try to bring Beatty over here as well. Try to bring some support. I'd love to come down off this cliff and start firing, or this hill, excuse me. But I just think it's too dangerous. We're going to be, out in the open. And Fazilo Harrington is wounded. Hot damn, that's not good. We're just going to use our cavalry kind of like skirmishers for this battle. We're just going to rush forward, open fire, and pull back. Looks like that 47th Tennessee is going for a charge. I mean, they do not give up. These guys do not give up. Come on, fire them pistols, boys. Do you have pistols? No, you got Sharp's Models carbine. Those are pretty nice, though. Wouldn't mind having one myself. There we go. Nice volley there, and combination of fire, of course. And it looks like some of these Confederates, some of these rebels are pulling back. Although they're probably pulling back to wait for tomorrow. Don't forget, tomorrow's when the battle's supposed to start. So I'm anticipating that this is not the end of the battle at all. I'm going to move some more boys. Let's move Starkweather over here too. Hell, you know what? Got to take some risks. Moving Miller and Walker here to try to flank these Tennessee boys at the bottom. Come on. Let's go, men. It's now or never. You're still going to get hit pretty hard by that artillery. But Walker's taking the risk. Fire, boys! Defend Nashville Pike. Wow, so we've still got more of the battle to fight. And in this case, it's defending Nashville Pike. General, the rebels are starting to surround us. Strongly advised to withdraw and take defensive positions at our headquarters at Nashville Pike. Look at how quickly this battle changed. The rebels must not cut off our escape route, which is controlled by this section of Nashville Pike, because our whole army can be trapped and lost. Well, shit. You don't say. Yeah, it's not looking easy, but we've got to get the hell out of here. So I'm going to go ahead and start moving over here towards Nashville Pike. Oh, I want to build it. No, I don't like that. Wait, that wasn't so bad. No. God damn it. Alright, you know what? We're just going to do that for now. Once we get there, we'll sort out the details. For now, I'm going to continue my idea of surrounding these rebels and trying to lower their numbers, because really their numbers right now are pretty insurmountable. And the rest of our guys are moving towards Nashville Pike already. Keep on moving, boys. Of course, we can take defensive positions once we get out there. But we're definitely not sticking around. That much is absolutely certain. Come on, boys. For Lincoln and liberty. All right, guys. Well, I hope you enjoyed that first part of the battle. You guys know how I am. You're going to have to wait. Agrippa's got to make some bread, you know? So make sure to like this video, share the video. Also, guys, I know it's a lot to ask, but, you know, if you guys see an advertisement at the beginning of the video, so it really helps if you just watch it. This way, of course, you know, I can get more revenue from the video. And even if you have to sit through 30 seconds of it just to watch one of my videos, I really would appreciate you doing that. I try not to put more than one advertisement in each video. Sometimes I'll have one in the middle. But for the most part, I try to be very, very fair. So thank you so much, guys. I hope you're enjoying the Battle of Stones River right now. Or is it the Battle of Murfreesboro? I'm not sure. But I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Thanks, guys. We'll be back with part 2 very soon.